Have you ever wondered, is there a movie out there that is almost definitely an inspiration for Fallout about a boy and his trusty canine companion who he somehow can communicate with telepathically, wandering the post-apocalyptic wasteland? Well, if you have, wonder no more. The movie you're searching for is A Boy and His Dog. This is the Geek Cabal channel. My name's Bobbie, and today we're going to be talking about the 1970s post-apocalyptic, I don't know, it's not really an action movie, not really a thriller, it's something. A Boy and His Dog from 1975, starring a very young, way before Miami Vice, Don Johnson. And he's pretty much the only person I recognize. There was one other actor in here, Jason Robards, who I recognized him, but for the life of me I can't pin down a single role that I remember him in. Like I've obviously seen him somewhere, and looking at his credits, like I can guess which movies it's been, but I do not remember his roles in those movies. But I definitely recognized him in this movie. Other than that, I mean, I didn't recognize anyone else. There's probably someone else in there I should recognize, but anyway, the movie is based on a book, short story or something, written by Harlan Ellison, who, if you follow many sci-fi things, you probably recognize his name. I believe he successfully sued to have his name added to the credits to the Terminator franchise. And something else. But anyway, I believe he was the one who advised writers from going to brainstorming sessions with the studios, because that was just to license them to steal ideas from you, in his opinion. And he was very on top of that kind of thing, from what I've heard. So, yeah, I don't even know what genre this movie fits into. I mean, it's post-apocalyptic, so it's pretty bleak. But, like, there's some dark humor, especially at the end of the movie. There's a real singer at the end. And, but, like, it's not super gritty. I mean, like, people die, but it's not super gruesome. It's not super gritty. And I don't know, it's hard to categorize, especially since Don Johnson's character mainly is just looking to get laid. And like the dog, like I said, he can psychically communicate with his dog. And so the dog can like scan for people nearby. The dog's got psychic powers, I guess. And so he's having the dog constantly look for women for him, because they're kind of in short supply in the post-apocalypse, because men fight over them and, you know, or brutalize and use them. Yeah, in fact, he laments at the very beginning when he comes across a gang who's forced themselves on a woman, they kill her before it's over with, or leave her on the edge of death. I was kind of taken aback whenever his comment about the whole thing was, well, they didn't have to do that. Like, she was still good. I was just like, wait a minute, I know you're the main character here. Like, I don't know that I'm really rooting for you with those kind of comments here. Like, I mean, I get that it's the post-apocalypse and you're clearly on your own and there's no adult around to explain to you that, like, that's just not what, you know, the way you think about things, but like, come on now. And I get that it was the 70s, but not off to a good start there. So from there, it progresses. Like him and the dog's constantly trying to teach him things and important dates, and through that we learn that it's the year 2024. So this whole movie took place last year, and World War III, no, I think it said World War IV, devastated the Earth, because He talks about the Cold War and how it lasted for years, decades, and then World War IV lasted for 5 days, I think is what it said. Just long enough for everyone to fire off all their missiles, basically. And so the world's a hellhole. And the dog wants to vacate. They're basically in the middle of nowhere. The dog wants to try to find greener pastures, and Don Johnson just wants a piece of the action. So eventually he does stumble across a girl disguised as a boy, and the dog confirms, yeah, it's a girl. And what they don't know is she's bait to lure him in, because the first third, maybe half of the movie takes place above ground in the wasteland. Well, the girl comes from below ground, and he ends up following her down there after a series of events, and there's like a whole city population something down there, and they're all set up like it's still, I think Topeka, Kansas is where they're supposed to be. And so everyone's, dressed up like, in farming gear and Western wear. And for some reason, they're all wearing white face paint with like rosy cheeks. I must have seriously missed something, or that's just like some weirdo stuff that's happening down there. And they're all making it look like it's like the 50s or 60s. And this is where I'm pretty sure this was a major inspiration for Fallout, because these people are definitely like vault people, and like the whole setup down there, and they've got the committee and people that go against the committee and break the rules. Well, they send them to the farm, which apparently is the euphemism for kill them, because they're debating some people up on stage. Oh, they broke this law, and it's like, well, send them to the farm. Like, well, what do we put? Like, well, what did we say last time? Heavy machinery accident? Like, heart attack. Let's go with that. And it's like, it's so bizarre that even like a dog that the kid let off the leash, and I think like used the bathroom in public or something, sent him to the farm. And they've got like one big enforcer dude that, as Don Johnson tries to escape, takes several bullets from his gun, and you realize eventually that it's a robot. And after they escape, the town council's like, well, get another one out of storage. Program him not to smile so much this time. So the dog did not go with him underground, though. And that's a plot point that's going to matter here in a moment. So while he's down there, though, the reason they wanted him down there was apparently they've been living underground too long, and something has happened to them genetically that they're not reproducing right. So every so often they have to get someone from the surface to, put some new DNA into the stream. And so he's like, so you just want me to sleep with all your women? Like, well, why didn't you say so? And then you realize that no, that's not exactly what they mean. They've got him later on in the hospital, like strapped down, and there's some kind of mechanism is getting the required fluids from him, as a priest is marrying him off to every single woman that comes through, or at least marrying off his essence. And so, yeah, eventually the girl that lured him down there, she breaks him out because she did all that so that she could be on the council. And the council's like, well, in the fullness of time. She's like, no, you said when I came back. And, well, I'm back, so put me on the damn council. And so they don't. And she's like, well, I know the solution to this. I'll break him out. He'll kill the council. Then we'll be the new council. And she breaks him out, and he's like, the hell with that. I'm getting the hell out of here. Like, this is crazy down here. At least I know where things stand up on the surface. I'm going back. And so then she's like, all right, well, fine, take me with you. And so they leave after the robot kills some people that helped him and comes after them and shoots them. And then they get back up to the surface, and he's calling for the dog. And because the dog said, I'll wait here for a little while for you, but if you don't come back, I'm leaving. So eventually finds the dog. The dog's banged up because he got in a fight before they went underground, and he hasn't had anything to eat in a while. And so Don Johnson's sitting there. He's hugging the dog. He's kind of thinking about something. The girl's saying something. Then it cuts to black. Then it comes back. And there's a fire. The dog's like, "Aren't you going to eat anything?" And he's like, "No, I'm not really hungry." And the dog's like, I want to thank you for this. Like, I know it's a tough call and everything. And the two of them start walking away, and you don't see the girl anywhere. And so then the dog says something along the lines of, well, actually, hang on, I'll find out. So then the dog says, well, I'd say she had marvelous judgment, if not particularly good taste. And then the two of them start laughing. They ate her. Like, the movie ends saying that they killed and ate the girl. Like, wow. And then they play it off as a joke. It's just like, this movie's insane. Yeah. So, and I remember hearing about this like years and years ago on the radio. Some guy's like, "Yes, I watched this weird movie with Don Johnson last night." He kind of talked about it, and then he punctuated like, and in the end, like, I think they ate the girl, and then joked about it. And like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I mean, there's no other way to take that. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, if you want to see what, like I said, this has to be part of the inspiration for Fallout. Like, the too many things line up, at least for some of the Vault-Tec stuff. I mean, if it's not, it's an amazing coincidence. So yeah, kind of like the last couple movies I've talked about, this movie is an interesting look at, or an interesting example of how to make a movie on a budget. Because all the above ground stuff, just film that out in the desert. You know, you just find a tract of land that no one's in and just start filming. I mean, there's, you know, they need to dig a few holes here and there. That's about it. Set up a couple little sets that there's not really anything to, because everything's, you know, scavenged crap. So, I mean, it could literally just be scavenged crap in real life too. And then once you get underground, I mean, it was just like a big industrial facility as he's going deeper and deeper. So, you know, you just need a few shots inside somewhere, like a water treatment plant or something. And then he gets underground, and it's just a few interiors, and then, you know, some exteriors on some lawns and everything that look like, you know, 1960s small town America, but at night. So all you needed to do was find some place that looked like 1960s small town America. Hell, they probably filmed it in Pasadena, California, like they do every other movie. And, you know, they just needed a few sets, you know, some trees, some hills, some benches, a couple sidewalks, then some lights to make it look like it's underground but lit. Just film it at night, and you got it. I mean, like I said, there's no big stars. This is well before Don Johnson was anything, and I wouldn't exactly say he's probably not commanding some huge salary even now, but he is more well known now. So, I mean, this was way before his breakout role in G.I. Joe, the animated movie, where he played Lieutenant Falcon. But, yeah, we'll talk about that some other time. Chad and I went to go watch that in the theater a couple years ago. That was actually the first time that was released in theaters. It never got a theatrical run when it originally came out in the 80s. Went straight to home video, all because of the Transformers animated movie. Oh well. So yeah, this movie could not have had a huge budget. Now on the flip side, it probably didn't make a lot of money either. But yeah, it's I mean, if you're into post-apocalyptic movies, some dark humor here and there, just generally weird, I'd say check it out. Probably hovers at probably about a 6.5, maybe a 7. I mean, you know, like the plot's, you know, pretty, you know, the plot's easy to follow. There's no big twists, you know, except for the surprise of, well, no, you're not going to be sleeping with them, doing it the old-fashioned way. Like, we have a different plan for you. Then as the girl explained, like, then they're going to kill you because you're too wild. You can't just be running around down here. So, I mean, but even then, you should have suspected that part of the plan by that point anyway. The rest was pretty straightforward. No explanation for how the boy and the dog can actually talk to each other. I mean, obviously the dog's psychic, but like, are all dogs psychic? Like, the girl didn't act surprised, just was curious how he could do it. So, I mean, you've got that. You don't really see the big throwdown for the nuclear war, or there might have been some stock footage nuclear explosions at the beginning, but there's no big special effects shots. A couple people get shot. There's not really any blood or anything there. When the robot dude kills a couple people, like, he breaks their necks, and there's a little bit of bleeding when that happens, but then whenever he gets shot, some sparks fly everywhere, so there's not a ton of special effects in it. But it still gets the story across, and now whether or not you like the story, that's another matter entirely. But yeah, I'd say probably 6.5. Probably pretty solid 6.5, maybe a 7. It's not stellar, but it's not trash either. Again, kind of surprising what you can accomplish with a low budget. So anyway, that's my take on it. Let me know down in the comments if you've seen this movie before, plan on watching it, anything like that. I watched it on Amazon Prime, but I think it's on some others, and I'll have the usual links down there in the down in the description. But otherwise, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Sharing and commenting are what really helps us grow the channel. We always appreciate it. But yeah, other than that, just remember, I guess, no, I can't even joke about that. That's so horrible. I will see you folks later.